guys, they talk about the box office here, and they have no numbers for Sing 2 yet for some reason, but Spider-Man is gonna be the main movie we're talking about today. Spider-Man No Way Home, had a massive weekend despite being two new movies. It had a small drop off. Despite actually those three new movies, Sing 2 has no numbers though. Which out of the three movies, I haven't seen the Kingsman score, but out of the three movies, I think Sing 2 made the most. Yeah, Sing 2. Okay, so Matrix. Sing 2 opened with 8.1 billion, so we gotta look up the original Sing. See how that compares. They have nothing they don't have anything for Sing 2 on the numbers, so we get away how to talk about the first movie. And for some reason, this is not the movie we're looking for. Yeah, this one. So the original Sing on its first day opened with 11 million. Of course, that's including the Thursday previews. So that means this movie, the second movie, is slightly underperforming the first movie by a couple million. So that means if it has good ratings as the original, it should perform around $400 to $500 million worldwide. Considering that the international box office is doing better. So, at least according to this site, it is doing that well. And it fell to bed again. The first thing you didn't really have no compete with Star Wars. Rogue One was didn't really do as well as the previous Star Wars movies. But now we have The Matrix, which again made 15 million. The budget's probably really large for this movie. We'll talk about The Matrix more where it comes to Sunday day box office. And The Kingsman only opened 2.3 million, and this movie is likely gonna flop as well. And now we'll talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. So Spider-Man No Way Home has made someone is gonna make $800 million probably by tomorrow, Friday, Christmas Eve. It's gonna make $800 million, and by the end of this week, it's gonna probably make $1 billion over the weekend. So Spider-Man No Way Home. We're gonna compare it to Avengers and stuff and Star Wars. There's another three movies that we're gonna continue comparing it to. And it is doing better than Endgame now. It is doing better than Infinity War, but still doing worse than The Force Awakens. So we know it's not gonna beat The Force Awakens domestically at all. Because again, the Force Awakens is because Star Wars was such a dormant franchise, and because Marvel was not as big as Star Wars, okay, and it is beating Endgame now day to day domestically. It is beating Infinity War day to day domestically, and Infinity War ended with around 638 million. Endgame ended with around 858 million. Will it make 858 million? Probably not. It's probably not gonna make $858 million domestically, but likely will make $700 million domestically at the very most. We could add in Black Panther, which ended over $600 million, $700 million yen. Which I highly doubt its sequel is going to make $700 million domestically. Because Black Panther opened on a holiday weekend, which is the reason why it passed over $1 billion. And because of people were saying how great it was, because of blah 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 blah. Black Panther is just another overrated movie out of the Marvel series, but so Spider-Man No Way Home is like all the way down here. And yeah, it is beating Black Panther now. the read over Black Panther was like 80 million or so. It might actually be $800 million domestically. That would be huge. But yep, that's basically about the box office again. So, the budget for The Matrix 4. Saying its budget is probably around 70-75. We don't have to look at that one because it's probably the same as every other Illumination movie. $70 to $80 million costing to make the movie. There was no budget for the movie, but the first two sequels cost over $50 million each. And considering that movies cost more now, will probably cost around $175 to $200 million. So, currently at this point, The Matrix Resurrections is a box office failure. But it is going to probably rig out throughout the holidays. The last movie that came out is The Kingsman. What I think everybody forgot was even coming out. Look up The Kingsman, it doesn't even show up. Yeah, they don't have a budget for The Kingsman. They have no budget at all of the plot, so sorry if you got spoiled for The Kingsman. And now of the free movie that came out, yeah, it probably will be a... It will probably be the big box office failure of the 4 movies that came out. Because there's a couple movies coming out on Christmas Day as well. So, The Kingsman is likely not gonna... It really depends on how it rigs out. If it's a sleeper hit, it might be a sleeper hit. So, and we can look at other movies, how they will probably perform over the holidays. Bad news for Toronto. It's not going to really do too well. West Side Story is still not doing too well. So, bad news for Disney. Basically, Disney's going to have a terrible holiday season. Okay, Kingsman's going to flop. And Toronto's going to continue to lose money for Disney. And West Side Story is going to continue to flop as well. And Sony's going to be the real winner of the holiday. Matrix will probably still make money for HBO. So, even with that, and Sing 2 will probably make money for... Universal, even if it does as well the first movie, Sing 2 will probably still do better it's still doing better than The Matrix, which is astonishing considering how much influence The Matrix has on the movie industry. And yeah, that's basically about this video. Goodbye.